Hello YouTube, this is Dragonzilla here, and if you're a big fan of Nessie the Loch Ness Monster like me, then this video will be a treat because today I am here to talk about this figure of the Loch Ness Monster, which is actually a very rare figure and one of my prized possessions in the collection. Now you would have thought that I got this lovely girl when I went to visit Loch Ness itself, but no, I actually picked her up many years ago back in the year 2000. The 2nd of January 2000, on the same day that I bought the toy where walk with dinosaurs Ankylosaurus. And since it's now 2020, I've had this figure for 20 years now. I don't exactly know who made this model, however on one of the flippers it says SilverCom, so I'm guessing that must be the name of the company. However, I do remember that Nessie came with a little booklet on her and other lake monsters around the world, and a display stand, but sadly both those have now become lost to the mists of time. I'm not going to talk about the creature herself, nor am I going to cover media appearances, because Nessie has had so many over the years, but if Safari make a figure, to which hopefully fingers crossed they will, and I do a review on it, then I will talk about that, but for now we're just going to talk about this beautiful figure. Oh, by the way, those metal circle items on her back flippers didn't come with the figure. I added those because the figure does fall flat without the support stand. So anyway, Nessie's paint job is a shiny light grey to give an aquatic feel. However, eyewitnesses have said that the creature that they have seen in the loch was either black or a very dark green, but I think they chose a silvery grey because it looks more appealing. The skin on marine reptiles would have been streamlined, but on the figure, only the flippers are smooth and the rest of the body is wrinkly. Not sure if there's any fossil evidence of plesiosaurs having wrinkly skin, but it makes Nessie look more unique. And for the pose, Nessie is looking over her shoulder to see if there is something following her, or if you want, place a miniature plesiosaur figure near her and she could be making sure that her offspring is keeping up. Nessie in her plesiosaur form is often depicted as the out-of-date reconstruction of the ancient long-necked marine reptile, because people have reported seeing her with both head, neck and half the body on the surface of the loch, and very occasionally on land. Something that plesiosaurs like Elasmosaurus and definitely Cryptoclydus could not do. So Nessie, if she and her own kind are plesiosaurs, then it took millions of years for them to hold themselves out of the water, or they're a completely new undiscovered species of plesiosaur or plesiosaur-like animals that actually have the ability to do those things that their ancestors could not. Okay, enough with the crazy theories, and let's now cover size comparisons. So here she is with the Safari Limited Bigfoot, aka Sasquatch, and because Nessie is a little figure, Bigfoot towers over her. But if you have the Safari Limited Cryptozoology Tube, then the Bigfoot from that set looks a little better. Not quite, but the illusion is there. Speaking of which, here she is with the Nessie from the set, and also with the Loch Ness Monster figure from the 2006 reboot of Monster in My Pocket that I use for Kaiju Cryptids. She is dwarfed by NECA's 2019 Godzilla from King of the Monsters, and spoiler alert, there was a new titan named Leviathan who resides in Loch Ness. So if the Monsterverse continues after Godzilla vs Kong, which hopefully fingers crossed it will, we could have Godzilla vs the Loch Ness Monster. I know that Godzilla the animated series had Godzilla crossover with Nessie, but that was 98 Zilla, and I absolutely refuse to call the monster Godzilla, so to me it didn't count. Great episode, but it didn't count. Sorry guys. And finally, here she is with the NECA 94 Godzilla. And fun fact, back in 1978, Toho were actually going to team up with Hammer, the same company that made those Christopher Lee Dracula films, and make a movie about the Loch Ness Monster. But I believe only a script was written, and it never took off, which is a shame because I love the idea of Nessie as a kaiju, and maybe if it had been made, and it was a success, then at some point during the Heisei period, we could have had Godzilla vs the Loch Ness Monster. So, what are my final thoughts on this figure of Nessie the Loch Ness Monster? I think it's a great model, and if you're an enthusiast on Nessie or cryptozoology, then I would definitely try and track her down. However, I don't know if SilverCom, if that's the name of the company, is still going and making figures like this, or if they went bust a long time ago. But since Safari now make figures of mysterious creatures like Bigfoot, then I would love to see a model of Nessie, and why not throw in other lake monsters in there, like Ogopogo or Champ from Lake Champlain. But what about you? Do you believe in Nessie the Loch Ness Monster? Let me know in the comments below. This is Dragonzilla signing out. I hope you all take care during these difficult times, although from what I have heard, life is slowly starting to go back to normal. Stay safe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.